Alright guys, I'm back with another video update. I have some science fiction and some horror movies for you guys today I'm going to show you. So I'm just going to get started. Okay, first up we have Fortress. This film was directed by Stuart Gordon, which was one of the main reasons why I picked it up. And it stars Christopher Lambert. And this movie is about this couple that are in the States. And basically they're trying to sneak out because I guess it became like this dystopian government where you're only allowed to have one child, which is really strange in this movie because they never show the other child. Like, she's pregnant and they're trying to get across the border, and of course they get caught and they get sent to this prison, which is being run by Kurtwood Smith, who was in the first RoboCop movie. This film was actually pretty decent for what it was, early 90s low-budget science fiction movie. Originally, this was supposed to be a vehicle for Arnold Schwarzenegger because he was actually a fan of Stuart Gordon's Reanimator. But then at some point he dropped out, and of course the budget dropped. They still had a decent budget. I think it was like around 20 million or something. It's got a decent cast too. Jeffrey Combs is in it. Tom Towles, who was in Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer, and Vernon Wells, who was the bad guy in Road Warrior. But I ended up enjoying this one a lot. They made a sequel, but I guess the sequel wasn't supposed to be all that good. But this one's worth a watch. All right. Now the next one is kind of related to this one, a little bit. It's a double feature from Shout Factory, and it's Robot Wars and Crash and Burn. All right, I'll talk about Robot Wars first because that was the first one I watched in this 2-pack. It's such a strange movie, that one. These films are early Full Moon video films, and Robot Wars actually is kind of strange because there really isn't any robot war in the movie. It's basically the story about these guys that ferry people across the desert from town to town in like this giant scorpion thing, and then terrorists attack them on the way and stuff, and they use their lasers to blow them up. But the main reason why I wanted to see it was because Barbara Crampton was in it, who was also in Reanimator. But that was so-so. The one I actually ended up enjoying more was Crash and Burn, which actually, even though it's got a giant robot on the cover, it has nothing to do really with giant robots. If anything, the film kind of reminded me a little bit of Screamers with Peter Weller. Basically, these people in the future, they get trapped in a TV station, and because I guess like global warming got so bad that you couldn't be outside for very long. But I guess there's like a killer trapped with them that's actually not human, and they're trying to find out who's human. And it actually has a scene that was straight out of John Carpenter's The Thing, where they're cutting fingers to see who bleeds and stuff like that. This one, I actually really enjoyed that one a lot. Bill Moseley from The Devil's Rejects, and that was in that one. Just open it up inside, you can see the artwork. Unfortunately, with this DVD, there's no special features. But I did enjoy Crash and Burn a lot. All right, let's go on to the next pickup. All right, we have Death Stop Holocaust. The main reason why I picked this one up was because it was directed by the guy that made The Sleeper. But unfortunately, this film wasn't all that good. Like, I liked the first half hour, and the film looks like it was building to something, and then it gets to a certain point, and then it just runs out of ideas. Like, it's about two girls that are heading to a cottage on the island, and they end up running afoul of these three killers, and they, I guess they chase after the girls and harass them and stuff like that. But it just gets to the point where they kept letting the one girl go just so they can chase her again, and it was kind of stupid. And then the ending for this one was also a big letdown. All right. Next we have Kidnapped. Now this is a Spanish movie, and despite the title, this really isn't about a kidnapping. This is really about a home invasion. And at the start of the film, this family moves into their new home, only to have these guys break in on the first night. And basically they separate the husband from his wife and daughter, and they take him out to drain his bank cards, while the other two terrorize the daughter and the mother. Like, I enjoyed this one a fair bit. It's got one of those kind of a nasty vibe to it and stuff. Alright, so on to my last pickup. Alright, I got this one at the pawn shop for a couple of dollars. And this one's called Shredder. And this is like a snowboarding horror film. And it's kind of funny because they were just as interested in filming the snowboard scenes as they were filming the death scenes in this movie, which I thought was kind of weird. And also, I get the impression, and I really wish there was a commentary for this DVD, because I get the impression that this film got hijacked somewhere through, I don't know which way it went. It's like the film starts off pretty serious for the first hour, and then in the last half hour, it kind of gets a little silly. It starts taking it itself seriously, which was okay. It was kind of refreshing that way. One of the guys in this movie really annoyed me. He kind of talked like one of the Ninja Turtles for some reason. Like, hey, dude, hey, we're gonna cut this. I don't know what. I couldn't wait for him to die fast enough. You know, I wish they had killed him off first, because he was really annoying. And another thing too, like, there's nudity in this film, but the blonde girl who's right here, like, she has like two nude scenes where you don't see anything. Like, I don't know if she agreed to do nudity and then got there and then said, I'm not going to do it. But the other girl does have a topless scene. Not that that's what the film's really about or anything like that. I just thought it was kind of odd that they would tease like that. Like, just don't show the scenes if she doesn't want to do it. But the last kill in this movie was really cool. And also, one thing I forgot to talk about was the killer's motive in this movie. Like there's basically two things going off. The first one was more serious, and the second motive for the killings was kind of lame. Like, basically the killer doesn't like snowboarders because they don't follow the rules of skiing, and that was like several scenes of the killer pointing towards the rules before he takes out the snowboarders. But I still enjoyed the film. You know, I wouldn't pay like full price for it, but I figured $2 is enough, you know, for what I saw. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll talk to you later.